Lebanon. Before going back to Brussels, the focus on the two trips is different, on the two legs of this mission. Jordan ticks all the boxes of my portfolio responsibilities. It has one of the biggest migration populations per capita on earth, with solid support and reception structures. We also have a strong component of security cooperation. We have a culture dimension tonight. The Petra Fund will give awards to projects of heritage, very much along the lines of what we do in Europe with Europa Nostra. And of course, yesterday I also discussed with the Minister for Religious Affairs and representatives of the Christian.
Minister of Religious Affairs?
That's what I understand, unless I saw someone else.
Awqaf.
Not religious affairs.
What is he doing?
It's Islamic endowment.
Okay, I will not dispute the terminology. I will not dispute the terminology, but the idea was also be to extend this discussion also to the remit of religious leaders, as Jordan is also a model of religious coexistence. So there are three areas of impressions that I want to share with you as a result of my contacts and discussions here. The first is clearly that Jordan is emerging as a pillar of stability in very troubled region. For us, Jordan is an anchor of stability in a very volatile region, a key partner, has a vital role to play not only in this part of my portfolio responsibilities, but also regional security, in humanitarian aid. So we had this message that I commend the government and the country for its resilience, political and institutional resilience. I think this is not always understood like this in this country, but I assure you it is very well understood in Europe. The second area is, of course, migration, and my arrival here coincides with it's in the aftermath of the Syria Conference of Donors in Brussels last week. There, my message was very simple. We are here on the long run. We're not a one-off. We did not come here to help Jordan cope with a peak following the Syria. We are here and will stay here as long as it takes. The overall amount of money that the European Union spent here in this country to support Jordan on migration management is around 4 billion euros. 4 billion euros since 2011. On the ground field visits, both in the Palestinian camp yesterday and the girls' school, but also today in Azraq. These are big operations, very complex operations, but I was encouraged to see that both the Jordanian state and the UN agencies make an excellent use of European resources and money in helping the refugees. Now, on the third set of impressions, with Israel, Gaza, the broader situation, our immediate priority in the European Union is, of course, to achieve some sort of stabilization in Gaza with an immediate ceasefire, the release of all hostages, and the unimpeded humanitarian access. This is our top priorities. We also agree that we do not need any escalation in Rafah. That only complicates things. We salute the holding of this humanitarian summit that His Majesty the King is organizing next Tuesday here in Amman. Two of my colleagues are coming, two commissioners. The President of the European Council is coming, Charles Michel, the Spanish Prime Minister, the Greek Prime Minister. So this, you don't get every day so many top European officials arriving in a third country. It's just another proof of what I was telling you earlier, that for us, we have a long-standing commitment in this country, and we will honor this. So this was the on-the-record part. I'm very happy to go off the record as well, so that you can